Good morning. If you would all rise for the Star-Spangled Banner. Good morning. Welcome to the 2016 Mentor High School Commencement Program. Today, we recognize the senior class and award their academic achievements with the presentations of their diplomas. This class has worked very hard to arrive at this day and is with pride that we honor them. Before we begin the ceremony, I would like to introduce the leaders of the Mentor Exempted Village School District. Their leadership and guidance makes our school and students successful. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Our President of the Board of Education, Ms. Sally Miller. Our Vice President of the Board of Education, Ms. Ginny Gisling. Members of the Board of Education, Mrs. Mary Briner, Mr. William Shaw, Mr. Thomas Tuttle. Our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Matthew Miller. Our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Daniel Wilson. Assistant Superintendent of K-12 Education, Mr. William Porter. Assistant Superintendent of Student Services, Mrs. Margaret Watson. Our Director of Curriculum, Ms. Barb Bonas. Our Director of Information Technology, Mr. Hank Hartman. Director of Straight A Initiatives, Mr. Mike Lynch. Director of Business Operations, Ms. Jennifer Skolsky. Our Director of Community Relations, Ms. Kristen Kirby-Estes. Curriculum Specialist, Mr. Larry Luciano. Curriculum Specialist, Mrs. Pamela Farrell. Our Unit 12 Principal, Mrs. Crystal Wolf. Our Unit 10 Principal, Mr. Ryan McKnight. Our Unit 9 Principal, Mrs. Suzanne Chin. Our Director of Athletics, Mr. Jeff Casella. Our Unit 12 counselors this year are Mrs. Miranda Rhodes and Ms. Caroline Surson. Representing various buildings throughout the Mentor Schools Exempted Village School District, Memorial Middle School Principal, Mr. Adam Dudziak. Assistant Principal of Shore Middle School, Ms. Bobby Ingram. Director of Cares, Ms. Christy LaPaglia. The cumulative grade point average of 4.0 is the benchmark of academic excellence. To earn a grade point average of 4.0 or higher demands extraordinary commitment to academic pursuit. Students who have achieved this benchmark have demonstrated superior effort, outstanding organization, and excellent use of their intellectual talents and abilities. Their achievement deserves to be recognized. It is my pleasure to introduce the students who have earned a grade point average of 4.0 or higher throughout their high school career. Students, when your name is announced, please stand at your seat and remain standing until all names have been announced. Please hold your applause until all are recognized. Alyssa Adams, Brandon Armeo, Sarah Augustine, Maxwell Barrich, Ellie Barthol, Taryn Boslett, Jacqueline Brem, Joseph Brickman, Sachi Carson, Ryan Casey, Jessica Kurtalik, Anthony Kuva, James Delhausen, Derek Donnett, Haley Edwards, Matthew Eisworth, Emily Esplandu, Joseph Finnegan, Rebecca Garfield, Rachel Goldstein, Taylor Hayden, Jessica Hedgedis, Sarah Hester, Catherine Jelenik, Margaret Keverline, William Klein, Kimberly Kornmiller, Jenna Koski, Logan Leak, Matthew Lerner, Jack Lombardo, Maya Majakis, Raghav Mullik, Omar Mansour, Michael Massey, Jenna McGee, Kyle McIntosh, Kara McLaughlin, Connor McNulty Ewell, Alex Meltzer, Stephen Mesget, Michael Monahan, Sean Malee, Hannah Music, Sarah Nadzam, Vishnu Nastala, David Novisky, Hannah Nunes, Shannon O'Donnell, Dominic Odo, Haley Oser, Anna Panic, Rushan Patel, Teresa Pell, Emily Perusik, Joseph Polakowski, Alexandra Prenot, Trevor Pugh, Victoria Riddell, Michelle Ritchie, Jenna Razaszewski, Alexander Rue, Robert Seaton Todd, Ashley Sindelar, Malia Southard, Catherine Spansel, Rachel Stack, Rachel Strogan, Venkat Saru, Jerry Lynn Talton, Claire Taylor, Kurt Tobin, Isaiah Tuttle, Julia Wagner, Madison Waite, Samuel Walker, Andrea Wardiner, Zoe Wolf, and Allison Woods. Congratulations, students. Thank you. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our Superintendent of the Mentor Exempted Village School District, Mr. Matthew Miller.
Good morning. Good morning, graduates, family members, and friends. On behalf of the Mentor Board of Education and all of our staff members at Mentor Schools, I am honored to be the one who gets to stand here this morning and say from all of us to all of you, congratulations on your graduation. Today we celebrate you, all 660 of you unique individuals who together make up the Mentor High School class of 2016. It was up to you to get here, to commencement day, and after 13 years of homework and hopefully hard work, you're here. You've earned it, every single one of you. Class of 2016, I think you've witnessed more change throughout your school years than any of the classes before you. And it's always been up to you how you've adapted to it. Think about this. The year many of you were born, Google was created. Around the time you were finishing up first grade, a video clip was posted to YouTube for the first time ever. Think about how those two innovations alone would drastically change the trajectory of your educational path. All of a sudden, information, anything you could want to know, became available to you, to anyone, anywhere, at any time. No longer were we, the educators, the keepers of all the knowledge to share with you. Instead, we began to change the focus of our teaching, giving you more responsibility to think critically, problem solve, and collaborate together. Class of 2016, you are fortunate. Our community has given you tremendous opportunities. It's thanks to them, our mentor residents, your parents, your teachers, the top-notch curricular and extracurricular opportunities that were provided to you. But it's always been up to you, not up to us, to make the most of it. And all of you, all 660 of you did. 161 of you are graduating today with honors, 82 of you with straight A's, and 342 of you with a 3.0 GPA or higher. 191 of you took advantage of our advanced placement courses and even have some college credit already under your belts, while 154 of you specialized in career tech courses that mean jobs, and 10 of you already have your associate's degree, and 13 of you have decided to enlist in one of the branches of the United States military. Hundreds of you played a sport, marched with the Fighting Cardinal Marching Band, or participated in a club or other activity. And perhaps my favorite stat, collectively, you gave 15,570 hours of your own time to volunteer to help others. Service above self. So while you are fortunate in given opportunities, Mentor was fortunate too, because you've made us proud and you've given back. I hope you will keep that great community and giving spirit alive, wherever you're going and whatever you're doing next. In just a few moments, you will come by one across the stage and receive your diploma. For some of you, this journey may have been fairly easy, and others may have had a harder time getting here, but all of you had support. Graduates, take a look up in the stands. Thousands of people are here for you today. They're here not only to celebrate your accomplishment of graduation, but also as a symbol that they'll be the ones rooting for you as you enter the next phase of your life. Later today, please take a moment to thank your support system, your parents, grandparents, yes, even your siblings, teachers, coaches, and loved ones and friends. Class of 2016, if your past is any indication of your future, this fast-paced world you're living in isn't going to slow down anytime soon. The changes are going to keep coming, but I am confident that you are more prepared than anyone, certainly more prepared than any of us were, to keep up with that change, or better yet, to be on the leading edge creating it. Your opportunities are endless. Graduates, it's up to you now where you're going and what you'll do with your life. Choose something you are passionate about, something that makes you happy, and I hope you choose to work hard, positively influence each other, and continue to contribute to your hometown of Mentor and across the globe. Wherever you end up, and that's up to you, but wherever you end up, I'm confident that you will all of you, find success. Congratulations, class of 2016, and keep up the good work. Good luck to all of you. At this time, I would like to welcome back to the podium our high school principal, Mr. William Wade.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Madam President, members of the board, Mr. Miller, Mr. Wilson, parents, family, friends, and honored guests, I would like to congratulate the graduating class of 2016. The 2015-16 school year brought many changes and improvements to our school. The project culminated with the creation of the Paradigm Professional Development Center being opened at the beginning of the school year. For those of you who don't know, the word paradigm is defined as a theory or a group of ideas about how something should be done, made, or thought about. And while the building paradigm is only a year old, Mentor High School's educational paradigm has been around since our current building was built in 1965. Let me take a few moments to share some quotes from the Cardinal notes. Mentor High School is a modern center of learning with expansion and flexibility, increased technology, where your teachers are not teaching to facts and dates, but to concepts. And the new facilities have enabled us to devote more individual attention to the student. If I were to ask you which Cardinal notes these quotes came from, I'm sure many of you would say 2016. Yet, you would be wrong. These are the quotes from the 1966 edition of the Cardinal Notes, from when students just like you sat in the newly built Mentor High School 50 years ago. Though you are separated by 50 years, you have experienced your own positive changes at Mentor High School. Yet one thing has not changed. We still believe education should be about providing every student the opportunity to maximize his or her potential in order to enroll, enlist, or employ after graduation. The argument can be made that your class, the class of 2016, has experienced one of the most significant disruptions to their education. When you came into Mentor High School in the summer of 2012, the building looked much as it did in 1965. Desks were in rows, teachers were predominantly in the front of the classroom lecturing, and students most passively sitting in their desks receiving information, or at least appearing to receive information, while some of you may have been counting the minutes to the next class. Over the past 180 days, you've been a part of our paradigm shift to give you the best chance to reach your fullest potential. You have witnessed cosmetic changes with the renovations of classrooms, the facelift of the hub, and the building of Paradigm. This fall, you received your MacBook, though many of you emailed me asking you would have preferred for air conditioning. Most of you either experienced a blended or online course. And I know these changes were very disruptive to many of you who were used to school being conducted in a specific way. I assure you that it's been tough on your teachers as well. This is precisely why I bring it up here today. We did this for you, not to you. We did this to make sure you had the opportunity to be a part of a change to better prepare you for the next phase of your life. Are things perfect? Certainly not. As we all know, nothing in life is. Are they better? We believe that they are, because Mentor High School students in 2016 are more engaged, more actively involved in their learning, and our teachers are searching for new and creative ways to help all Mentor students be successful at the next phases of their lives. The hidden lesson in all of this change was that I hope you observed is that when you try new things, they won't be perfect. Some attempts or lessons fail miserably, some get overused, but in life, like school, you're going to fail, and when you fail, you must fail forward. You don't quit, take your ball, and go home. Rather, you work with the people around you to problem solve, adjust, and keep moving forward. My biggest concern for you is that when you leave this high school, you won't be able to live up to your fullest potential because things aren't what you expected, or they've changed in some way that makes you question what you're doing. One of my goals for these changes for the class of 2016 was to intentionally move you out of your comfort zone and give you the opportunities to learn in the ways that you would outside the walls. When we deliberately shifted our paradigm for education this past school year, we did so within the safe confines of your community, so you, the class of 2016, would have the support of your teachers, counselors, principals, and parents to help you adjust. Now, should you hit turbulence in the future, you are better prepared to make the necessary adjustments without losing sight of your ultimate goal. As your parents can attest, in the real world, we don't sit in rows and have people tell us what to do. You have to be able to work independently and in a group. You have to be able to learn on your own and use what you've learned to solve a problem. You have to be able to present your ideas in a variety of ways. And you have to be able to use your smartphone or laptop to do your job and know when not to get lost in a 21st century daydream. My hope for you is that through your experiences at Mentor High School, and in particular this past year, you have learned the power of collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity, as these are the skills that will take you far, and these are the basis of our paradigm at Mentor High School. Class of 2016, for the last 4 years, your parents, teachers, and I have been in control of many of the day-to-day aspects of your life. A new paradigm shift will be taking place ceremoniously today, one where you now have the power and awesome responsibility to head in any direction for success that you choose. Despite this, one paradigm that shouldn't change just because you're leaving the halls of Mentor High and assuming this responsibility for your future is that you remain committed to living your life to the fullest and finding a path that leads to your happiness. Let me end by sharing a quote from Martin Luther King that I think summarizes my final wish for you. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Congratulations to the class of 2016. I wish you much happiness and success. It is my pleasure to introduce our senior class president, Mr. Matthew Sarley.
Good morning, classmates, parents, teachers, and distinguished guests. We arrived here only 4 years ago, and at that time, someone told me these would be the fastest 4 years of my life. I didn't believe it then, but after all the homework, tests, theater productions, choir concerts, ASRs, you know who you are, dances, football games, and all the friendships, the time flew by. Today is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. Here we are, the class of 2016, adults ready to take on the world. Fellow graduates, We are part of the largest generation ever, the millennial generation. It has been said we're lazy, entitled, self-obsessed narcissists. But on the other hand, it has been said we're open-minded, liberal, upbeat, and passionate. I'd like to believe we have more of the positive traits, and we should make full use of those traits to make a difference. I know our generation has so much to offer the world. Some of us will be going to college, some are joining the military, and some will be entering the workforce. Whatever you do, give it your all and live the life you imagined. A quote from one of my favorite presidents sums it up. "Things do not happen, things are made to happen." John F. Kennedy. Before I end, I would like to give a shout out to a few teachers who have made a difference in my life, and we can all learn a lesson from them. First, Mr. Tom Grodick. Mr. Grodick was my 7th grade math teacher at Shore. Mr. Grodick was an amazing teacher. He was passionate about teaching and made math fun. His lessons were engaging and he respected his students. If it wasn't for Mr. Grodick, I may not be up here addressing you right now because he encouraged me to dream big. Second, Mr. Landry. Mr. Landry's friendly disposition and enthusiasm for music made choir and top 25 fun. Mr. Landry introduced me to new music and encouraged my musical abilities. Being in choir and top 25 taught me the value of teamwork. And last but not least, Mr. John Green. In the fall of my sophomore year, Mr. Green asked me to fill in for a small role. Acting was something I wasn't sure I wanted to do, but Mr. Green encouraged me, and theater became an important part of my life. I learned from theater confidence, leadership, dedication, and to think on my feet. In closing, I would like to leave you with a quote that I thought was very relevant and from another of my favorite presidents. "And in the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years." Abraham Lincoln. Congratulations, class of 2016. I would like to now welcome to the stage the speech contest winner, Miss Annalise Rue.
Good morning, everyone. I understand that it's not the most fun thing in the world to listen to thank yous, especially when you're not the one being thanked. But I would take a lot of heat from my family if I didn't extend a thank you to my mom and dad and my brother and sister, Nico and Nina, for helping me and supporting me all throughout the year. So thank you. I'd also like to extend that invitation to all of the parents, all of the siblings, all of the cousins, anybody out there who came here to support a graduate today. Thank you so much for supporting us and making a conscious decision to come and sit through 600 plus names just to listen to a couple of them. Because these are the parents who've actually supported us the most and helped us a lot, especially through some of the most trying times. And the times have been trying, because whether you just started at Mentor your senior year or have been a student here for all 4 years, there's no denying you've experienced a lot of change. In the past couple of years alone, we've had new additions like the Paradigm and the Hub, or the Student Center, or the Learning Center, for those of you who still refuse to call it anything else. And we even made the transition from smartboards to TVs. And it's been pretty cool, but it hasn't always been easy. Because the reality is, change can be both easy and hard to deal with. But whether we find ourselves in these seemingly good or bad periods of change, we have to remember that while it may be inconvenient to us at times, it's necessary. Most of us millennials grew up learning from traditional textbooks. We made models out of styrofoam and macaroni instead of online blueprints and TED Talks. So some of us old-fashioned learners had to change the way that we learn. And we accepted these changes not just for our benefit and our need to keep up with the technology boom, but to help prepare future generations, because one day they'll become the mechanisms for societal change too. Our society has experienced a lot of change, both good and bad, and it's been a truly great year. But it's also been a year that's torn on the heartstrings a little bit. especially for Harry Potter, David Bowie, and Prince fans. But while society's lost some of its most influential contributors, it's about to gain some pretty wonderful people too. People joining the workforce, people moving on to college, people becoming a part of the national defense, people sitting right here, right now. But that's not to assume the world's completely hunky and dory. Not yet, at least, because our class, our generation, has to be the one that makes it that way. So, class of 2016, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you not just to accept, but to embrace new experiences. Don't back down because something's different or difficult, but rather be the one who promotes that kind of change, the change that makes our world, our society, a better place to live. Be the one who encourages it. Be the one who controls positive change. Because as the class that experiences the most adversity, we know we can handle it. All we have to do is turn and face the strange changes. Thanks, class of 2016, for making it a great year.
Thank you, Anna. Ms. Miller, members of the Board of Education, and Mr. Miller, it is with pride and confidence that I present the class of 2016 to you and certify that they have met the requirements for graduation established by the State of Ohio and the Mentor Exempted Village School District. Ms. Miller, the class of 2016.
Thank you, Mr. Wade. On behalf of the Mentor Board of Education, we proudly receive the class of 2016, knowing that they have completed the requirements necessary for graduation on this date, May 28, 2016. Thank you, Mr. Wade.
I do remind you that today's ceremony is both dignified and a happy event. I do realize that we are at a stadium. However, I would ask that in order to preserve the dignity of commencement, we ask parents, family members, and guests not to call out, whistle, or applaud when your senior receives his or her diploma, so as not to applaud over the name of the next student. Please exhibit appropriate and respectful behavior and hold your applause until the last graduate has been introduced. We do appreciate your cooperation for an expeditious and polite ceremony. At this time, it is my pleasure to present the diplomas to the officers and leaders of the class of 2016. Matthew Joseph Sarley. Trevor Jonathan Pugh. Jenna K. Razaszewski. Venkat Prahas Suru.
Han Florence Servan Akari. Alexander Allen Ackerman. Alexis Michelle Adams. Alyssa Beth Adams. Samantha Joe Adkins. Anthony Michael Alamo. Morgan Ashley Ames. Jessica Keeley Amspow. Andrew Robert Apatsky. Jasmine Mornay Applegate. Selena Marie Aquila. Brandon Jared Armeo. Amanda Lee Armour. Nicholas Anthony Artino. Nicholas Arthur Ashby. Sarah Grace Augustine. Matthew Richard Alman. Kevin Anthony Bocci. Caitlin Therese Bacchiel. Sarah Marie Bailey. Courtney Marie Ban. I don't know. Matthew John Cottis. Rachel Lauren Lopresti. Austin Teams Artim Taploye. Zachary Koth. Samuel John Walker. Jacob Paul Wilson. Go ahead, buddy. Stephen Milo Marino. Marissa Marie Patchinger. Monis Elizabeth Patchinger. Justin Anthony Giancola. James Elliott Dahlhausen. Haley Alyssa Bard. Carrie Nicole Berenz. Maxwell Nicholas Barrich. Ellie Marie Barthol. Anthony Joseph Bass. Amanda Noel Bowerle. Kendrew Silas Baxter. Evan Kyle Beasley. Erin Nicole Beatty. Morgan Taylor Beecher. Erin Jean Beckler. Sky Lynn Beckwith. Adam Ross Beebe. Jackson Kent Beers. Emily Lee Began. Megan Jennifer Bell. Callan Nicole Burguk. Maggie Elizabeth Burrow. Connor Richard Ditko Bivione. Mary Catherine Billington. Kevin Charles Burchell. Victoria Elizabeth Bishop. Kristen Marie Black. Roy Cole Blahovic. William Colin Blakemore. Megan Marie Blaney. Morgan Elizabeth Blessing. Jason Wayne Blizzard. Emily Jordan Bodnar. Adam David Bowling. Austin Christopher Bolt. David Anthony Bolts. Alexis Ann Mary Jane Bonser. Matthew Thomas Boone. Blake Robert Boros. Jaya Naomi Borsay. Taryn Lee Boslett. Michael Vincent Botigi. Michael David Buffard. Ronan Charles Bracken. Olivia Jean Brandt. Jarrett Hart Bregetzer. Jacqueline K. Brem. Joseph Dylan Brickman. Brian Alexander Brooks. Emily Jane Brooks. Joshua Lee Brooks. Matthew John Brooks. Alyssa Marie Brown. Claire Ann Brown. Lindsay Hope Brown. Nathan Laser Brunner. Mason Robert Buffkin. Hannah Nicole Birch. Zachary Allen Burdecki. Elizabeth Aaron Butler. Mitchell Allen Butterfield. Anna Sophia Cabellos. Abigail Catherine Call. Maria May Campana. Cody Michael Carr. Brian Anthony Carroll. Rachel Ann Carroll. Sachi Helen Carson. Rachel Nicole Carty. Thomas Philip Case. Ooh. Ryan Thomas Casey. Summer Marie Caspio. Amanda Ray Casella. John Paul Cassidy. Elizabeth Marie Caton. J.C. Brooks Causey. Ryan Andrew Cermak. Sarah Ann Chesbrough. Shelby Nicole Krestoff. Elizabeth Ann Christopher. Robert James Cherney. Allison Noel Ciancibello. Paige Rosalind Semino. Carla Stephen Sinius. Holly Marie Cipolla. Dominic Christopher Citriglia. Kyle William Clayman. Abigail Louise Clinton. Victoria Nicole Clinton. Ty James Cobb. Anna Collick. Ryan Everett Collingwood. Leon Franklin Collins. Alex Paul Contorno. Kenneth Tyrone Cook Jr. Caleb Henry Cordray. Peyton Corfey. Hannah Marie Cornelius. Ivana Kosick. Sadie Evelyn Kosman. Brent Patrick Costello. Danielle Marie Coughlin. Matthew Ryan Craven. Jessica Ann Kretalik. Joseph Matthew Kulik. Anthony Joseph Kuva. Catherine Jean Szynski. Brittany Lynn Darnell. Veronica Ann Davenport. Christopher Earl Davis. Christopher Scott Davis. Christopher Collins Davison. Brittany Autumn DeFilippo. Daniel Thomas DeLisa. Andrea Christine Dell. Adam David Demeter. Jeremy Alfred Demisa. Emily Claire Patricia Dennison. Marina Maria Durezic. Matthew Ryan Deutsch. Alexander Robert DeCola. Lillian Claire DeRusso. Charles Andrew Dobish. Derek David Dennett. Ivan Blake McDonald Dorsey. Vernice Amity Ratome Duarte. Alyssa Dawn Dudas. Dylan Zachary Dufour. Daniel John Duplessis. Emily Ann Harris Durfee. Emily Marie Eccles. Kyra Alexis Edmonds. Haley Elizabeth Edwards. Matthew Thomas Eisworth. Katie Lynn Elkins. Bailey Mitchell Elliott. Patricia Louise Elwell. Griffin Thomas Eli. Bailey Rose Engelbrecht. Samantha Ann Ernst. Justin Joseph Esslinger. Jason Lee Esslinger Jr. Emily Ann Esplandu. Brandy Marie Fairfax. Scott Matthew Farrow. Megan Marie Fath. Samuel David Fellows. Brooke Marie Ferris. Joseph Patrick Finucane II. Oh. Okay, sorry. Danielle Marie Fitzgerald. Mary Alice Flaherty. James Arthur Fordyce. Jacqueline Marie Formica. Jessica Ann Formica. Megan Nicole Fortney. Sean Michael Fraley. Ryan Douglas Frank. Patrick John Joseph Frazier. Celia Abigail Frosto Inigo. Thomas Wilson Frazier. Brianna Sion Frederick. Allison Catherine Funk. Joshua Robert Furness. Manon Faye Futkos. Emily Marie Gable. Angelica Marie Garcia. Jose Marcos Garcia. Rebecca Ann Garfield. Catherine Emily Garlock. John Edward Richard Garman. Elizabeth Marie Gedaldig. Taylor Marie George. Mitchell Ian Georgia Horde. Dominic Jordan Gibson. Alexandria Rose Gelner. Elizabeth Gabriella Goglin. Rachel Ann Goldstein. Allison Kristen Golick. Casey Ann Golick. Duel Gonzalez. Martin Antonio Gonzalez. Cody William Goodman. Timothy John Gornick Jr. Justin Edward Grayling. Nathan Michael Green. Jillian Hope Green. Ivana Vera Gregov. Nicole Joy Groskopf. Thomas Joseph Gugliotto. Morgan Grace Gutu. Joshua Paul Gazauskas. Taylor Nicole Haffa-Wilson. Julia Marie Haffey. Philip John Hall. Brianna Morgan Hamilton. Charles Ray Hamilton. Caitlin Elizabeth Hamilton. Jared Matthew Hannes. Elise Nisa Hansen. Brianne Marie Hardy. Casey Annave Harris. Allison May Harrison. Gabrielle Cameron Harsh. Natalie Paige Hatchard. Taylor Nicole Hayden. Joseph Michael Hearn. Brandon Eugene Hebner. Jessica Sarah Hedgedis. Austin Michael Hendrickson. Kyle Robert Hennig. Samantha Elise Henry. Mark Joseph Herman. Sarah Elizabeth Hester. Dorian Lynn Liebeck. Zachary Joseph Lynn. Dylan Robert Holler. Lucas John Hopsiker. Connor Jarrett Howe. Joseph Nathaniel Hershowski. William Allen Hudson. Laura Emily Hunt. Mackenzie Tiara Highland. Rachel Lynn Imhoff. Vincent Joseph Intihar. Sky Margaret Ironhorse. Dakota Andrew Jackson. Leopold Jandrick. Carly Marie J. Robert Lewis J. Catherine Ann Jelenek. Julia Rose Johurl. Eric Thomas Johnson. Jonathan Andrew Johnson. Nicholas Christopher Johnson. Brandon Michael Jones. Taylor Paige Jones. Melody Patricia Jordan. Sarah Carol Ann Journey. Gabrielle Donna Juca. Sydney Reese Kandrak. Jennifer Ray Caprosi. Kieran Cower. Nicholas Andrew Cavan. Mackenzie Margaret Kenevan. Margaret Ann Keverline. Cameron Constance Kirschner. Samantha Nicole Kleinhens. Madeline Ann Klimovich. William Spencer Klein IV. Caitlin Nicole Kling. Amanda Grace Kinar. Brian Edmund Knezovich. Miranda Greg Kobus. Dana Jean Kosas. John Christopher Kodrich. Matthew Steele Koenig. Kaylee Lynn Kamara. Trevor James Kopsick. Kimberly Nicole Kornmiller. Michael Francis Carosi. Jenna Danielle Koski. Nicholas Lauren Cosmero. Austin William Koss. Bailey Elizabeth Kotnick. Brianna Nicole Kovolkovich. Alexandra Nicole Kramer. Danielle Marie Kramer. Alec Robert Kraniski. Alexa Kathleen Kriz. Shauna Riley Leganke. Joseph Lampert. Kelsey Catherine Lanise. Alexander Christopher Lang. Brandon Patrick Langdon. Gabriel John Langhoff. Emma Rose Laughinghouse. Brandon Scott Livornia. Nathan Wayne Lawrence. Logan Blackburn Leak. Shannon Rayanne Leidich. Matthew Joseph Lerner. Patrick Robert Lavar. D'Angelo Nathaniel Levert. Rachel Marie Lewandowski. Andrew Cody Lewis. Jessica Elizabeth Lewis.
Olivia Ann Lewis. Patrick F. Liebhart. Nicole Kristen Lynn. Brandon Lee Livengood. Jack Dante Lombardo. Brittany Rain Lord. Matthew Thomas Lowe. Dean Wesley Luther. Jordan Olivia Lynn. Sean Christopher Mackinson. Catherine Rose Magro. Maya Jane Majikis. Raghav Malik. Omar Bashir Mansour. Matthew Paul Markel. Madeline Josephine Marshall. Michael Allen Massey. Alexander Thomas Matthews. Delaney Marie Matsko. Christopher Robert McCoy. Matthew Nicholas McCracken. Carson Lynn McDonald. Jenna Claire McGee. Riley Rose McGovern. Cody Patrick McGrath. Hunter John McGrath. Kyle Robert McIntosh. Sean Thomas McIntosh. Kara Ann McLaughlin. Sabrina Veruca McLymans. Connor Jonathan McNulty Yule. Robert Anthony Mealy. Matthew Ryan Megary. Alex Jerome Meltzert. Elizabeth Ann Mariner. Rachel Elizabeth Merriman. Matthew Philip Mersek. Kyle Anthony Messina. Nathaniel Ashton Meyer. Stephen Andrew Mesget. Brandon Matthew Miles. Taylor Marie Milikis. Sydney Marie Miller. Casey Jeanette Mills. Megan Ann Misich. Ashley Nicole Mogling. Andrew Paul Moldovan. Aaron Lewis Moody. Janelle Maureen Morman. Cynthia Lynn Moran. Parker James Morrison. Aisha Janae Mohammed. Sean Patrick Malee. Harrison Troy Muller. Kelly Ann Mullins. Cullen James Merzinski. Hannah Ray Music. Jordan Matthew Myers. Sarah Ann Nadzum. Bryce Richard James Namey. Robert Wayne Napier. Timothy Stephen Nazario. Marissa Rose Neby. Nicholas Daniel Nero. Kirsten Sky Nicholson. Sean Michael Nickel. Vishnu Shastri Nistala. Amber Lynn Noble. David Jonathan Novisky. Nicole Jordan Nasor. Hannah Victoria Nunes. Samantha Rose Ochenero. Darren Jared Ochaya. Nathaniel Matthew Otis. Dominic Peter Odo. Callie Brianna O'Donnell. Shannon Kathleen O'Donnell. Haley Abigail Ozer. Eric Jeffrey Olry. Alexander Gregory Francis Undarza. Christina Emily Oslin. Hunter Richard Oslin. Alexis Marie Otis. James Andrew Ours. Robert Anthony Ours. Kaylee Nicole Overly. Kelsey Lee Owens. Charles John Patchinger. Samantha Marie Palfy. Sydney Nicole Palfy. Taylor Renee Palma. Jason Trevor Palmer. Anna Panic. Joseph Michael Papp. Hallie Nicole Papalardo. Jeremy John Parr. Jason James Parson. Natalia Pasalik. Ruchin Alpesh Patel. Andrea Nadine Patrick. James Robert Pattison. Daniel James Paulson. Kaylee Nicole Pegararo. Teresa Lenore Pell. Matthew Michael Pelosi. Brittany Lee Perdue. Emily Rose Perusic. Morgan Olivia Petch. Taylor Paige Petrosky. Connor Phillips. Alexander Joseph Piercy. Brittany Lee Plavkan. Emily Mame Plummer. Brittany Marie Plymel. Brittany Nicole Panuski. Joseph Andrew Polakowski. Rachel Grace Porman. Malik Rashad William Porter. Michael Anthony Porter. Evan Robert Posner. Thomas R.J. Potts. Liana Kim Loy Powell. Kira Alexa Pratt. Nicholas Ethan Prida. Brandon Andrew Pruer. Mark William Price. Simone Yvette Price. Mackenzie Lynn Princick. Nicholas William Radikovich. Victoria Celeste Riddell. Samantha Jo Radovanek. Brianna Lee Ryko. William Frank Rapp. Holly Ann Reardon. Sean Michael Reardon. Lindsay Elizabeth Riho. Kelsey Lynn Ryder. Anthony John Revenaugh. Wesley Chance Reynolds. Morgan Nicole Rice. Christopher Michael Riley. Michelle Alexandra Ritchie. Robert Jefferson Reiser. Jared Michael Robb. Andrew James Robinson. Derek William Reuter. Marie Catherine Roos. Nicole Suzanne Rosenberger. Natalie Taylor Rossi. Jordan William Rotert. Melissa Abigail Rowan. Judalyn Alana Rowland. Alexander David Rue. Annalise Marie Rue. Jasmine Bernice Ruiz. Gabrielle Victoria Rozkowski. Jessica Jean Rutkowski. Richard Paul Rutledge. Edgar Francis Ryan. Anna Renee Rial. Brooke Day Salo. Selena Gabrielle Sanchez. Anthony Robert Sassano. Zachary Scott Schaefer. Stephen Joseph Shantz. Summer Marie Shervish. Mason Joseph Schmickla. Allison K. Schultz. Robert McLaren Seaton-Todd. Zachary Devin Thomas Semrau. Austin Joseph Krebs Sexton. Jason Robert Shadle. Kara Jillian Sharp. Bailey May Shea. Tiffany Amber Sherman. Leah Catherine Sykowski. Eric Benjamin Siljak. Ashley Lynn Sindelar. Abigail Emily Shuda. Isabella Marie Civillo. Justin Randy Skeetle. Carolyn Rose Skledar. John William Skorupski. Lauren Ashley Scolina. Megan Catherine Slocum. Jared Matthew Slover. Carter Owen Smith. Jordan Taylor Smith. Joshua Lee Smith. Noah Michael Smith. Michaela Lynn Smike. Dominic Albert Sorio. Kevin Anthony Soster. Malia Emily Southard. Catherine Joy Spansel. Amber Ray Spicer. Alexa Renee Spraggins. Austin Michael Sroka. Rachel Ann Stack. Olivia Ann Marie Stanfield Bubby. Hannah Marie Stanich. Brendan Timothy Stanton. Emily Ann Starzinski. Tyler Matthew Steele. Zachary Brian Steinberger. Devin Alexander Strauss. Thomas Chase Strayer. Rachel Ann Strojan. Alyssa Lynn Stromberg. Haley Marie Stewart. Connor Andrew Stump. Bryce Alexandria Sullivan. Caitlin Elizabeth Sweeney. Joshua Jeffrey Swider. Emily Jane Ann Zadkowski. Taylor Renee Sedgwick. Bryant Avery Tausch. Sage Alexandria Tagesser. Keith Joseph Tarantino. Kyle Aaron Tatterson. Jake Mackenzie Tavino. Claire Christine Taylor. Daniel John Taylor. Joseph Curtis Taylor. Jordan L. Ty. Caroline Nicole Thomas. Jordan Christine Thomas. Mariah Paige Thomas. Selena Shandy Thomas. Matthew Allen Thompson. Kurt Joseph Tobin. Katarina Tomac. Kayla Joy Tome. Maria Judith Tomac. Callan Bruce Thomasone. Daylin Nicole Tompkins. Sean Anthony Policarpio Tani. Frank Joseph Toth. Rachel Nicole Toth. Milka Todick. Kevin Tran. Aaron James Traxler. Christina Donna Turlin. Ariana Maria Trevisano. Bailey Elizabeth Tromzinski. Joseph Gregory Turkowski. Austin William Urbania. Grace Elizabeth Irwin. Anthony Michael Valentino. Andrew Michael Valeri. Richard John Valeri III. Brittany Marie Vasco. Tyler Peyton Vermilly. Noah James Vicente. Gabrielle Brianna Vickers. Austin Alexander Victor. Alexis Taylor Vidmar. Tyler Wayne Vidmar. Peter Vidovic. Nicholas Matthew Vitalik. Taylor Alexander Viney. Marissa Renee Vitaloni. Cassidy Jordan Vose. Emma Catherine Wagner. Julia Ann Wagner. Tyler Ryan Wagner. Matthew Ryan Wayna. Madison Joyce Waite. Kyle Eugene Waits. Jarrett Allen Walland. Joseph Charles Wallett. Tyler James Walster. Christian Isaiah Walters. Lauren Abigail Wardega. Andrea Nada Wardiner. Sean Allen Watt. Gerald Lewis Weekland. Catherine Nancy Weaver. Nicholas Glenn Weber. Hannah Jensen Weinstein. Kira Simpson Weiss. Austin Philip White. Alec Paul Wiggins. Nicole Marie Will. Tyler Stephen Will. Brandon Michael Williams. Jacob Stephen Williams. Alex Edward Williamson. Leah Christine Wise. Zoe Wolf. Allison Leanne Woods. Tyler Jacob Yeary. Madison Taylor Yost. Haley Celeste Young. McKenna Ann Zappatelli. Thomas Anthony Zdanowitz. Aaron Jacob Zulina. Jordan Beth Zimmerman. Olivia Nicole Zupancic.
Whew. Congratulations. Out of breath. Well, here we are, class of 2016. Today, you join the ranks of Mentor High School alumni. I would love to tell you that you are the few and the proud, but remember, you are from Mentor. You come from a high school that takes great pride in graduating record numbers of students each year. Today, we are nearly 660 strong. But being part of so many should not diminish the significance of the milestone you reached, for today marks the end of our shared journey. Today, we pause to share our feelings of pride, nostalgia, excitement, and some sadness that accompanies such a rite of passage, as well as shared anticipation for the next journey each of you will begin tomorrow. And what a journey it has been. It seems like just yesterday, you were the wide-eyed freshmen trying to figure out how to make it to your classes on time from your locker while navigating through the crowds of upperclassmen. Eventually, you abandoned your locker so you would have more time to stand in the hallway and make everyone else navigate around you. You made your way through the lunch line, figured out the dress code, usually, and at times, you even made your way to the CLC. Over 4 years, you learned synthetic division, badminton, the Enlightenment, stoichiometry, Shakespeare, and eventually Schoology to satisfy your graduation requirement, along with balancing part-time jobs and planning for your future. So here we are today at the end of this journey, and I am faced with one last challenge. What advice can I offer to take you beyond the lessons you have already learned? How can I sum up in one theme my thoughts and hopes for the class of 2016? Then I realized that inspiration had been peppered throughout the hallways of MHS from those that had made the journey before you. The walls are filled with words of wisdom, advice, and messages to uplift us and remind us of our pride in being a Cardinal. So I have condensed my parting words into 3 guiding ideas to mimic those of your fellow alumni. Maybe some of these statements will sound familiar and touched you in some way as you walk these halls these last 4 years. My first theme is this: you don't need a title to be a leader. Over the last 4 years, there have been many, many great examples of leadership in the class of 2016. In the area of academics, we have record numbers of students excelling in advanced classes and recognized for their achievements at the state and national level. Our athletic and extracurricular accomplishments continue to be recognized as exceptional and a source of great pride. Collectively, you logged in over 15,000 hours of community service. Clearly, you have shown great capacity for leadership. But remember, a leader is not the loudest or most noticeable, but is someone who can guide others to exact positive change in others. Great leaders place team success above personal ambition. They know that success takes equal parts boldness, humility, discipline, and perseverance. For without the balance of all those qualities, there can be no success in any endeavor. So, class of 2016, continue to be a role model for success. Be a source of inspiration, commit to service and teamwork, and you will be triumphant. My second thought to leave you with is this: always try to be respectful to others, but never forget to be respectful to yourself. You have never failed to impress me with your amazing ability to accept and embrace differences in others. You have recognized that each person's story is as different as their fingerprints and that everyone's journey is unique. I encourage you to continue to never lose a chance to say a kind word. Show moral courage when making choices and never make choices that and always make choices that start positive momentum, and never, never let anyone diminish your feelings about yourself. After all, no one tells the Cardinal he is too red. I guarantee that you will reap great benefits with small acts of kindness and care for others. And my final theme to reflect on is this: the only way of finding the limits of the possible is by going beyond them into the impossible. You have all faced a myriad of challenges over the last 4 years, whether academic, social, or personal. Believe me when I say these challenges have made you stronger and wiser. Remember also that learning does not end after high school. I encourage you all to commit to challenging yourself every day, because challenges are what make life interesting and meaningful. Decide without apology to commit to the journey, not the outcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we say goodbye and good luck, I encourage you to take the time to reflect and celebrate as the newest alumni of Mentor High School. Then share your wisdom and advice with future graduates, just as your predecessors before you. Think fondly of your days at MHS. The moments we have shared matter. Don't let them slip away. Explore, build your own nest, and remember, no matter whom you plan to be, you are already a Cardinal. Remember, we find meaning in life when we branch out, seek new horizons, and take flight into the future. And now, I invite all the seniors and any alumni to stand in the audience and sing the alma mater for the last time. You like that? What I did?
Yes, thank you.
At this time, I ask you to move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left, signifying the end of this shared journey and the beginning of a new one tomorrow. Congratulations, class of 2016. I now can tell you for the last time, class dismissed.